Hi, good to see you again. It's Graham Martin. I'm the Recruitment Guy. I'm over in Southern Ireland with my new best friend Darren. I'm on a financial planning course today. Darren, good to see you. Thanks for letting me grab you for this interview.
You're very welcome.
Now, as you know, I really like talking to people that have got careers and professions that are slightly outside of the norm. Now, what about this? Darren's a real life farmer. I don't know any farmers. I do now, which is great. So we're over here in Southern Ireland, the Southern Isle, the Emerald Isle. It's raining. You're a farmer. Tell me, how did you get into farming?
My background to farming is my father was born into farming. He then went south to County Wicklow and he managed a large estate down there, over 2,000 acres.
So you kind of grown up around being outside and animals and
yep.
farming? And I know there's lots of different types of farming, aren't there? So what, do you grow crops? Are you a wind farmer? Tell me what kind of farming you do.
We're quite mixed. We do a lot of livestock work. We finish cattle every year, and we have a breeding ewe flock, and we do some tillage work as well.
Now I've no idea what does tillage work mean.
Tillage work is crops,
okay.
arable work, basically for our own feed requirements every year to keep costs down and stuff.
So how big is your farm?
We farm 350 acres.
So how many football pitches would that be?
Football pitch wise, that's about, football pitch is somewhere around 4.5 acres, so it's what, 94, 95 football pitches?
So maybe nearly 100 football pitches.
Something like that.
Big bit of ground, isn't it?
It is.
And is it all together?
No, it's spread
plots,
out. Yeah, it's spread out.
But fairly close within the same area-ish?
Yeah, all within about 10-15 minutes of one another.
Okay, that's good. And do you own the land?
No, we rent all our land on long-term leases.
And is that the norm for most farmers, that they will rent the land from a landlord or a landowner?
Not for most farmers. Most farmers own their own ground, but I think that's starting to change now with more young people coming into farming.
So give me a basic feel about what your average day is like.
My average day, we start just before 7.
In the morning?
In the morning. We start just before 7. We plan our day's work. Between myself and my brother, there's only the two of us. Yeah. We plan our day's work. We then set about the feeding. We feed the stock first thing in the morning. We get a good look at them. That could take maybe 4 or 5 hours of our day. So it could, by the time we get around everything, make sure everything's healthy and well fed and that their water supply is good.
And how many cattle have you got, or livestock have you got?
Currently there's 300 cattle in the unit.
300. And do they die sometimes?
Sometimes they do.
And it's not like a pet, it's, you know, you care for them, but it's
a business.
It's part of the business.
It's a business.
You don't give them names then?
No, we don't. They have numbers.
They've got numbers.
They have numbers.
So you're in the fields at 7 o'clock, you're checking the cattle, you're feeding, making sure they're okay. And when does your day finish?
Our day finishes during the winter time about 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and during the summertime, depending on the work that you're at, we could be working to 10 or 11 at night.
So 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
Wow, so it's a long day, isn't it, really?
It is indeed, yeah.
Now, I'm not going to put you on the spot, because I know people tend to be, particularly farmers, because I've heard some stories, they don't want to tell you what they earn, but roughly speaking, if somebody comes into farming and they start off as a trainee farmer, but not being an owner, working for somebody, are they going to earn minimum wage, or is it a bit more? What's the wages like?
You're talking minimum wage, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As a farm labourer, you're talking minimum wage.
So it's hard graft, you're out in the fields, but it's, you're not going to get loads of money. To get better, to become like a farm manager, what would that pay, for example?
Farm managers are very well paid, so they are. Well, depending on the size of the enterprise that they work with, they are quite well paid. In the UK, farm managers are paid extremely well. It's quite a... Give
me an idea of 40,000, 50?
Some farm managers in the UK can be worth £75,000 a year, so they can. But they're they're well qualified for that.
And I was going to ask you about that. So, in terms of qualifications, are there degrees or examinations? What can be, in addition to experience? What should people be thinking about doing at college or university?
Initially they should be thinking about doing their foundation degree in agriculture, and then they'll move on depending on the area of expertise which they want to get into. So you can do, you can go into the arable end of things, studying tillage, crop development and machinery, or you can go into animal husbandry and work with...
So there's lots of specialities.
There is,
and you can get into those once you actually start learning about it at college, university. But I guess work experience is crucial, isn't it?
That is, yeah. Hands-on experience is the only way to go.
And how do people get work experience in farming? I guess it's fairly basic. What do they do?
Well, they can approach a local farmer, so they can. A lot of the times a farmer will be glad to see you coming, or offering to work for nothing maybe.
And they might see you coming
as well.
Yes,
they may very well see you coming, but most farmers are happy enough you know, once people work in a safe manner, they're happy enough to take them under their wing and show them what it's all about.
And is it a very male environment? Are most farmers and farming staff male, or are there some girls?
Most of them are. It's labour intensive work. It's sometimes not to be sexy.
Because you look like you can look after yourself a little bit. So is there a lot of heavy lifting, that kind of stuff?
There would be, yep. There's a lot of heavy work.
And do you occasionally hurt yourself, or sprain your ankle, or fall down a hole?
That happens, yep.
It does happen.
Yeah, it does indeed.
So you've got to be prepared to look after yourself, and if you're in the fields on your own, you're the guy, you're looking after yourself, you've got to be responsible.
That's it. There's nobody to cry out for help when you're on your own.
So you twist your ankle, you've got to hop back.
That's it.
There's nobody to get you back. Now, let me just ask you, what's the one best bit of your job?
Best bit of my job is every day is different. So
right.
I don't get up every morning. I get up every morning. I don't put on a shirt and tie. I don't go into an office and log at endless reams of paperwork. Every day is different.
And what's the worst bit? The worst bit of the job as a farmer? Maybe not a farm owner, but maybe a farm manager or somebody that's out there every day.
Possibly as a farm labourer, the worst thing would be the elements.
The cold.
It's cold. It's wet. Not every day is going to be enjoyable to be out in. Your hands are going to be cold. You're going to be sore from working with things. That as a farm labourer, that's probably the best.
So it's a bit more like a vocation in some ways. You've got to really want to do it, haven't you? In many ways. Now, if people look at this today, students, people at college, people thinking that this might be a career, they want to investigate a little bit more. Is there a place they can go? Is there a website that farmers or people involved in horticulture and arable activities should look at?
You should maybe look into some of the local agricultural colleges.
Yeah.
I know there's a number of very good agricultural colleges in the UK. Over here we would have Ballyhaise, Pallaskenry, Kildalton, and they can all be found through Google or anything like that. And then
so the Google search would be farming college or agricultural
courses
training,
or
that kind of stuff.
Agricultural courses or training. Yeah.
It's great. Well, look, I'm in my 50s now, and I've never actually found out so much about farming as I have done the last 5 minutes. So, Darren, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So there you go. That's Darren, who's a real life farmer. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
So we're here in Ireland, and we look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.